you're a social media user in the UK, you'll know this company. In fact, if you're in your 20s or 30s, you'll probably be interacting with it on a daily basis. Memes, news articles, viral videos, that's their bread and butter. Have you got it yet? Yes. I'm talking about LGB Media, the digital media company behind brands such as Unilad, LADBIBLE, Tyler, and various others, whose content will almost certainly be sprawled across your social media accounts. In this video, I'm going to be presenting the investment case using the same structure that I did in my previous video. If you haven't seen that one, then please do check it out. LADBIBLE was formed in 2012 and started out as a Facebook page targeting young men, lads, with humorous, relatable content like memes, viral videos, and just general banter. The page quickly gained traction, amassing millions of followers, and it continued to grow until 2021 when it went public on the London Stock Exchange at 200p a share. Since launching, it has completed various acquisitions and is now a major player in the digital publishing space, recently expanding into the US. How do they make money? Well, they monetize their content through advertising and by partnering with brands to create sponsored and branded content. This is achieved through their in-house creative agency called Joyride. They also license their content to other networks and platforms and monetize this. They've built impressive scale and now reach an audience of 520 million monthly. While early growth relied on user-generated contents, think people doing stupid things that were made into memes, LBG Media now invests heavily in original content as well, including short-form videos, investigative journalism, and branded series, balancing viral clicks with credibility. The current strategy is built on continuing to grow their engaged Gen Z audiences and also expanding abroad. The 2023 acquisition of Betches Media, for example, strengthened their US presence. Betches, a media brand targeting female audiences with humour and lifestyle content, launched in the UK this summer, so it'll be interesting to see how it performs here. The macro picture has also never been better, with 70% of all marketing budgets now geared at digital marketing. That number was only 50% 5 years ago. Their speciality and scale in the Gen Z market is also giving them a valuable USP for advertisers and brands, more and more of whom want to work with them. As ever, a company's finances are very important when considering the investment case, so let's take a look at LBG's. Profits have grown very nicely from 1.7 million in 2019 to 9 million in 2024. The company is also in a net cash position with no net debt, so that's a big tick. It's also strengthened its operating margins in recent years from 11% in 2019 to 19% in 2024. That's another good sign of a quality business that can extract more profits. And there is no dividend at the moment, mainly due to the company prioritizing growth. But I'm okay with that. This is a very competitive space, with brands such as BuzzFeed, Vice Media, and The Tab posing direct threats. But LADBIBLE's 520 million monthly reach surpasses most competitors, except for maybe BuzzFeed. 7 of their social media pages are in the top 50 global publishers at Facebook, emphasizing how large and successful they are. Their focus on niche brands, for example, Gaming Bible and Betches, allows targeted engagement, unlike broader players. It'll be interesting to see how competition impacts them now that they're expanding into the US. AI, of course, also poses a risk, with AI-generated video content getting better by the day. It's highly plausible that some of their market will opt for AI-generated content in time. But again, this is where scale and strong brands help to mitigate that risk. One of the co-founders, Alexander Solomou, or Solly, is still involved with the business. In fact, he's CEO and has been since it was founded. Therefore, he knows the business inside out, and that's very reassuring for an investor. Not only does he dedicate his time to the business, but also his wealth. He owns a whopping 41% of the company and hasn't sold a single share since listing. That stake is currently worth around £84 million. He's also paid a relatively low salary compared to other PLCs and doesn't take any company pension contributions, again indicating commitment to the success of the business. The all-important question: is now a good time to buy the shares? At a share price of 97p, it is trading at half the price the company IPO'd at in 2021. It's also on a forward price to earnings ratio of 14, which is lower than in previous years, and the US expansion story has only just started to take shape. Will they pull it off? That remains to be seen. In answer to the question, is there value on offer? It all depends whether you think of the company as a conglomerate of digitally native media publishers without much USP or pricing power, or an IP-based, technology-driven publisher that offers unparalleled scale with a speciality in the lucrative Gen Z audiences, growing internationally. Which do you think?